The human eye, it's an evolutionary masterpiece. It can track motion, spot a single photon in total darkness, and tell apart over 10 million colors. But here's the twist. It's actually blind to almost everything. You can't see radio waves, you can't see gamma rays, and you can't even see infrared or ultraviolet, things your dog or a bee just casually picks up. Yeah, a bee might actually see more of the world than you do. Let that mess with your ego for a second. Snakes, they see infrared. They literally see your body heat. Butterflies, they pick up ultraviolet patterns on flowers you'll never notice. And shrimp? Some of them have 16 types of color receptors. You have 3. So when you say, the sky is blue, what you really mean is, this is what my brain made of the light it could catch. But what is the sky, really? We don't see reality. We see our brain's interpretation, a filtered version of the world, a simulation. Your eyes don't show you the truth. They just show you enough to survive. The human eye.
Something we all adore. It's the one thing worth dying for. Nothing but pain, stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Something we all adore.
Some nights I don't sleep, not because I'm haunted, but because I remember too much. Too many memories still live in my chest. Too many moments I wish I could rewrite. And silence. Silence doesn't help when the past won't stay quiet. I still see their faces, still hear the words they never meant but said anyway. And some nights I look up at God and whisper, please, let me forget what's already over. But healing doesn't always look like forgetting. Sometimes healing is learning to carry the memory without letting it break you. I don't sleep, but I survive. And maybe, for now, that's enough.
Personality of a person, the ways of a person, the thoughts, the deeds, the actions, it's all based around his heart. For what is a man? A man is his heart. A lying, cheating heart means a lying, cheating man. A loving, merciful heart means a loving, merciful man. A living heart means a living man. A dead heart means a dead man. Regardless to man's title, regardless to man's wealth, rank, or position, if the heart is not great, then he cannot be great. But if the heart is great, that man remains great under all circumstances, rich or poor, large or small. So it is the heart that makes one large or small.
And I was like, time to become a man. Walk forward, peripheral vision. Get it. Own yourself. Walk forward with more courage. And start becoming the man you want to be instead of acting like it and putting it off.
If I could do it and work on you.
And I was like, time to become a man. Walk forward, peripheral vision. Get it. Own yourself. Walk forward with more courage. And start becoming the man you want to be instead of acting like it and putting it off.
In psychology, one of the biggest signs of advanced emotional intelligence is being unable to fully hate or dislike someone because you understand the reasons behind their behavior. That's called cognitive empathy. When you don't just see what they did, you understand why they did it. And that's a gift, but sometimes it also feels like a curse, because when you've trained yourself to understand people, you can't unsee their pain even when they hurt you. You know the childhood wound behind the sarcasm. You know the fear behind the distance. You know the self-hate behind the betrayal. And now you're stuck in the quiet war between awareness and boundaries. Too aware to stay angry, but still walking around with that scar. So you just carry it, silently. And sometimes you wish someone would see you with the same level of depth you offer everyone else. But here's the truth. Just because something makes sense doesn't mean it gets to stay in your life. You can forgive someone's humanity and still protect your peace. Being emotionally intelligent doesn't mean being emotionally available to everything. You're allowed to understand someone and still walk away. That's not cold. That, my friend, is clarity. In psychology,
give a man love, and he will trade his crown for a kiss. Break his heart, and he will raise empires from the ashes of his pain. Affection makes him gentle, but betrayal forges him into steel. When he is adored, he lives for another. When he is abandoned, he begins to live for himself. Love binds a man to comfort, but heartbreak throws him into war with destiny itself. Every scar becomes a lesson, and every betrayal plants the seed of strategy. A broken man is dangerous, for he no longer fears loss. His tears burn into fire. His silence sharpens into strategy. His wounds become maps that guide him to power. Remember this, kingdoms are not built by the content, but by the forsaken. And the man who survives heartbreak does not simply recover. He returns as a conqueror, demanding the world that once denied him.
Most fascinated with the eye.
The eye, the eyes?
The eyes.
Why the eye?
Most fascinated with the eye.
The eye, the eyes?
The eyes.
Why the eye?
What's the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Knowledge is collecting facts. Wisdom is connecting dots. You see, the smartest person in the room isn't the one who knows the most. It's the one who understands what matters. Because knowledge can memorize the recipe, but wisdom knows when to add more salt. While everyone wants to know, few dare to understand. And while knowledge fills your mind, wisdom shapes your existence. You can know the meaning of life, but only wisdom lets you live it. You can know the answer to most questions, but only with wisdom do you know which questions are worth asking. Knowledge lives in books. Wisdom lives in choices. The more knowledge you gain, the more you realize you don't know. But the more wisdom you develop, the more you understand that not knowing is the knowledge. Knowledge is knowing you're going to die. Wisdom is understanding that this makes every moment you're alive absolutely sacred. So stop merely collecting facts. Start creating meaning. In the end, it's not what you know that defines you, but how deeply you grasp the meaning of what you know.
Believe in yourself and don't let nobody stop you from doing what you gotta do. You gotta have faith. If you can't find faith in the world, find faith in God, find faith in yourself, but you gotta have faith.
My three questions are, what do you want? How badly do you want it? And how much are you willing to suffer? A lot of people are unclear what they want from life. They don't sit down and think through. We are writing our own life story every day. I want to be the best, Bill. Fine. How badly do you want it? You've got to pay a price to be the best. The best pay a big price. You've got to work harder. You've got to commit more. You've got to take more responsibility. You've got to deal with more ups and downs.
There was no outsiders. It was isolation. It was visualization. It was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life. You know what I mean? To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game, or that aren't on the same path. You know what I mean? Because it's just not, it doesn't make sense.
If your life was a movie and people were watching up to this point, what would the audience be screaming at the screen, telling you to do with your life?
Pretend there's a documentary crew filming your success story. They're following you around right now. What would you do? What would you do if you knew that there was a crew following you around with cameras documenting your future incredible success, and they want to catch you in the act of it all?
If your life was a movie and people...
Practice any art. Music, singing, dancing, acting, drawing, painting, sculpture, poetry, fiction, essays, reportage, no matter how well or badly, not to get money and fame.
To experience becoming, to find out what's inside you,
to make your soul grow.
I got 100 on my dash, got 200 in my trunk. Name.
The more I listen to this, the better my life gets. If they don't have what you want, don't listen to what they say. There's no greater waste of time than justifying your actions to people who have a life you don't want.
One day you'll wake up and realize the potential you had, knowing you've chosen comfort over effort, and you'll realize there's no one to blame but yourself. As long as you're breathing, you have the opportunity to change it around. The only pain worse than failure is in the regret of never trying. One day you'll wake up.
If you can't control your own brain and your brain controls you, you're fucked. You gotta tell your brain where you wanna go and how you wanna go and how you wanna get there. You gotta control it. If not, it's over. It's over. If you can't control your own brain,
your only focus should be on getting better at what you're doing. Focus on what you're doing, get better at what you're doing. Everything else is a complete waste of time.
You've got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. And if you want it that bad, if you're willing to give it that much, you get a big piece of what you want. Anything you want can happen and become a reality. I believe that sincerely, and I'll die on that thought.
It's easy to feel hopeful on a beautiful day like today, but there will be dark days ahead of us too. There will be days where you feel all alone, and that's when hope is needed most. No matter how buried it gets, or how lost you feel, you must promise me that you will hold on to hope.
8 crazy facts from California you never knew. The last one will blow your mind. Number 1. California has more serial killers than any other state, with over 2,000 documented cases, including the Zodiac killer who was never caught. Number 2. California's economy is so big that if it were its own country, it would rank as the 5th largest economy in the world. Number 3. The state has both the highest point and the lowest point in the continental United States within just 85 miles of each other. Number 4. California grows over 99% of America's almonds and feeds the entire country with its agriculture. Number 5. The Hollywood sign originally said Hollywoodland and was just a temporary real estate advertisement. Number 6. Fortune cookies were actually invented in California, not China, by a Japanese immigrant in San Francisco. Number 7. California produces 90% of America's wine and has over 4,000 wineries statewide. Before I say the last one, make sure to hit that follow button to support the channel. Number 8. California has more national parks than any other state, and Yosemite's granite cliffs are still growing taller every year. 8.
Let me show you what crazy thing I've got going up here today. Today I have a crazy canvas here, double. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. You and I drink the poison from the same vibe. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Hiding all of our sins from the daylight, running from the daylight. Let me show you what crazy thing I've got going up here today. Today I have a crazy canvas here, double. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. You and I drink the poison from the same vibe. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Hiding all of our sins from the daylight, running from the daylight.
like if a person's always around somebody or you always in their face, they tend to stop seeing the value that you once possessed.
He's about to explain the one reason you're being taken for granted, and it's a hard pill to swallow. You're too available.
Be valuable, not available. It means when somebody call your phone, you're not playing on my phone, you know the value that I hold. Or when you see me and you're able to get with me, you know the value that I hold. I feel like if a person's always around somebody or you always in their face, they tend to stop seeing the value that you once possessed when they didn't really have all the access to you. So that's why when I say be valuable, not available, you know your value is what holds the dough. The availability means that you just ain't got going on.
Is this the realest advice you've ever heard, or is it just a manual for playing games?
I just heard that you guys are mad at me, but I ain't doing thing.
Paulie!
So I'm mad at you for being mad at me for no reason. So try and talk to me, I'm mad. Pissed. I just heard.
I don't feel I lose in my dreaming.
People respect you not for who you try to be, but for who you don't allow them to be around you. It sounds harsh, but there's truth to it. Respect rarely comes from trying to be nice or agreeable. It's born where you draw clear lines, an invisible boundary that no one can cross without consequences. The brain reads those signals instantly. The amygdala registers whether there's a threat or not, and the prefrontal cortex calculates how far someone can push you. Respect isn't about being likable. It's about setting the parameters that make communication possible. The brain picks up those parameters fast. People subconsciously respond to your tone, posture, even the pauses in your speech. They sense whether they can be dismissive, manipulative, or confrontational around you, or whether that behavior will be shut down immediately. When I sat across from people who had committed extreme acts, I always kept one rule in mind. If you let them set the pace of the conversation, they'll use it to control you. But the moment you draw a firm line with your gaze, the cadence of your questions, the precision of your words, their brain recalibrates. They realize they're not in control. And that's when the conversation shifts. You start getting real information instead of playing out their script. People respect you not.
A person who's comfortable being alone is a dangerous person. If you disrespect them, they'll walk away. If you overstep their boundaries, they'll cut you off. If you try to manipulate or threaten to leave them, they will gladly hold the door open for you without a single given. Because they don't need you in their life. They choose to let you be in it. And that right there makes them unequivocal.
I want to set like a bit technique front for us. Better to do it.
I think you should get back to mopping.
Can I show you how to do it? Correct?
Cleaner know better than me. All right, he does.
So we usually like bicepsing, exercising. Like this one. And then you can go like take something like this one. So here is shoulder and bicepsing, and here is just only bicepsing with the left hand. So this one is like much better. Just hold it. You can continue. And this one, I will leave it like here. Okay?
What's the difference between a nice guy and a good man?
A nice guy gets along. They don't necessarily have discernment or judgment, not sure what they stand for or stand against. A good man has ideals that they stand for and they'll stand against, and when they're tested, a good man is not a nice guy. Being a good man is a lot harder, for good reason. You're not going to be most popular. You're not going to be always most affable. It also doesn't mean you got to be a dick or an asshole. It just means sometimes you're going to go, I believe in this is for me, this is for me, and that is not for me. And because that is not for me, if you do trespass into my space upon me and my family, I will do my best to cause consequences. And I'm going to let you know that. I hope that's apparent. Because I'm not going to intrude on you, but if you trespass that, I'm going to stand up for it. And that, we could talk our way out of that, great. No, it doesn't always work that way. A good man's not looking for trouble. But if it comes, and if he or something he cares about most were susceptible being trespassed on by trouble, a good man does what he can to do to stop that.
What's the difference between...
I want a wife that will know exactly what to say when I'm broken.
Tyrese is dropping a powerful sermon on the difference between a girlfriend and a true wife, and the standard is not what you think.
And I'm confused and I'm f***ed up and I'm on the brink of destruction, and I woke up to we're about to lose it all. And yet the covering of my wife and what she's saying and what she's praying over me gives me a level of reassurance that we're gonna be okay when the whole world is crumbling in on me. Some of these want to get married, you don't even know what to say when I'm f***ed up. So you just hear, this dress ain't gonna make me feel better. Your cleavage ain't gonna get me through this shit that I'm dealing with right now. You want it because it looks good. I can't wait to get married. Do you even know what it is?
Is this the kind of emotional and spiritual support that is missing from modern relationships?
I want a wife.
This was the video that got the girl that worked at McDonald's sent home early before she came back with a knife to murder her boss. So she got sent home 2 days in a row for stuff like this.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully.
And the story after this is really crazy. So she went home, got a knife from home, brought it back, and this is literally moments, seconds before she attacked her boss. Her boss's name is Jennifer. She has...
Oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, what are we doing, like a Passion of the Christ type of thing?